Are you there, Diana Patricia Lovato?
Yes, Professor.
Hello, welcome. Okay, so welcome to this session number 7, synchronous session number 7. And as you know, today we're going to be focusing on your translation, your site translation that you were appointed to carry out. Okay, so maybe you haven't done the activity, but if you have, I hope you already carried out the activity. I will activate. Remember, Saturday you will be. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So you will be given the. I was sneezing. Um, the task will be activated next Saturday morning. Hello, Kyle Humari, are you there?
Yes, Prof.
Welcome, welcome. Nice to see you again. So yes, so I was talking about consecutive interpreting, and this time it was the tips for site translation, right? And now you also had to interpret, right? Cite, translate a Spanish text and an English text. So especially sections from those texts that you needed to cite translate. And the very first thing I would like to ask you guys is, what are those tips this expert talked about? Do you remember? What are those tips for site translation the expert talked about in the video? Does anybody remember? Could anybody tell me?
Me.
Yeah, go
Yes.
ahead, Diana.
Well, the first tip is read the document fully to
Right.
understand everything, and
Mhm.
then skim the document, the important parts of the message, and
Mhm.
then read the document out loud. And every time, instead of hesitate,
Mhm.
when we see a dot or a comma,
Uh-huh.
we can pass instead of hesitate.
Right. Okay. Fine. So, of course, you need to read the documents because you are translating or interpreting, as you want to call it. Okay. It's okay if you call it interpreting because in the end, it's an oral message you're rendering. Okay. So, either you interpret it or you translate it. Yeah, you have to read the whole document. Don't make this mistake of start translating or start interpreting without having read fully read the document. You need to read it all, get to know it all. Okay, and that would be one of the tips. Another tip that would be what would that be then?
It's to skim the document.
Skim. Okay. Do you understand what skim means? What is skim? No? Any possibility of definition of skim? No? Skim means like overlook, okay? Check the whole document. I mean, check all that the document may contain. Do not start reading it immediately, but skim the document means you check it all, okay? So, oh, it contains some numbers. Oh my God. Oh, there's also, I don't know, a a picture or a drawing, right? Oh, there's also a um, it also contains quantities or dates, right? So you need to see, of course, when you skim the document, you explore it in a general way so that you are more aware of what you're going to be dealing with, right? Skimming means or also means that you will have to, in this process, especially in this process, in this step, you're going to be activating your background knowledge. Maybe this is a document you already know in Spanish that you have already read or even translated before, right? So you're familiar with the kind of document and the kind of vocabulary that is used in the particular document. That's the skim process, right? Skimming means, in the general terms, explore it, get to know it, what you're going to be dealing with. Aha. What else, Betsy? I see you're tired today, huh? Betsy.
Read the document out loud.
Yeah, I think that's what Diana Patricia already said. Read it loud. Read it aloud. But there is another one.
Well, write the words that we didn't know and in a
Of
piece of
course.
paper.
Of course. There may be words, even if the document is in English or in Spanish, there are words and expressions that you don't know how to express in English or in Spanish, right? So you were given two documents in this session 7 task. Yes. So one document is entirely in Spanish. So no problem. You understand it. But the point here is, how are you going to express those ideas in English, right? So if you know how to express those ideas exactly, accurately in English, that's the point. So which words and expressions will you need to look up, right? So before you start translating or interpreting, you need to be ready with the vocabulary, right? Betsy. So that's one of the tips, right? So you read it, you find or spot the difficult words and expressions that you will need to, of course, be dealing with in the short term. Anything else, Erika Pau? Welcome.
I, hi, I was a little bit late.
No problem. Anything else? Any other
I
tip?
think they mentioned the tips already because I take notes on read the document fully, skim the document and take notes for different words and looking for the equivalence in their target language. For example, Spanish to English and English to Spanish.
Yeah.
And read the document out loud. Taking pauses according to the punctuation.
All right, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, yeah, so the tips are there. So that's practically what you needed to do before you carry out your task, right? Have you already done that task or not yet? I'm talking to everyone. Not yet. Okay, remember that you're going to record your voice, okay, and drop the evidence by Saturday. But if you haven't done it, I hope you have already started with the tips, right? At least reading the documents, at least checking the vocabulary that you're going to need, and of course, making sure that your translated version of the document is accurate and there is no problem, that you have no hesitations of certain expressions and certain vocabulary, either in English or in Spanish. Fine. So, do you have any questions about how to carry out the activity? Do you fully understand it? Oh, you do. Let me show you. Let me show you the process, because this is what the document I sent you, right? Yep.
Yes.
Fine. So you need to read, of course, like the one of the tips says, skim the document. Okay, what is it? Consejos. Oh, fine. And then, all right, an English text. Oh, right before the surgery. Wow, interesting. Okay. So then you need to choose. Remember, section that you chose in a screenshot of the section and record your interpretation only voice. So for example, you chose, well, the document title is Seis Consejos. Okay, so for example, this one, this is the document, but I chose number 2, right? So I'm going to take a screenshot of this part only, right? And I'm going to paste it here. And then this is going to be my evidence. I'm going to say this in English, right? So my evidence is hand the previous previous what? Oh, previous tests. All right. It is important that you need to be ready. Okay, this is what I need you to do. And as the same thing for the English text. What section did you choose? I mean, you chose, of course, and oh well, I chose the day of the surgery. I chose the arrival. Okay, so this 1, 2, 3. It says okay. It says wait. 2 paragraphs out of the day before the surgery, or 2 paragraphs out of the day of the surgery. Okay, so 2 paragraphs, 1 and 2, the day of the surgery. This is the one I chose. So arrival, up, and I take a screenshot of this. Okay, I paste it here. There you go. And then you start interpreting. Llegada. ¿Llegada se dirá? Yo creo. Entonces, llegue al centro médico de Bay State. No, es el centro de. Sí, sí. You start, checking how it goes. So, what your product, of course, needs to be carefully handed. So, what I am going to listen to is your well interpreted section, right? So no pauses, remember, try not to make so many pauses and to hesitate that much. Okay, guys. So any other problem or any other concerns that you may have about the task? No questions? Yep, Erika.
Professor.
Yeah, Santiago.
In the on the last part of the document, the PDF of the for
Yep.
working. There's a word jot down. I didn't understand that word.
Jot down means copy or write. Jot down your ideas.
Write down. Okay.
Write down, yes. Jot down or copy your ideas. There you go. Fine. So this is a task I need you to do, of course, and you need to have your own room, your own space, right? So if there is no more questions about what you're going to do, I think it's going to be it. Okay, that's going to be it, and I'll be expecting your products by Saturday, right? Before midnight, as usual. If there is no more comments for the upcoming week, we're going to be focusing on especially another topic related to the ethics of the code of ethics of the interpreters and translators, right? And you're also going to be providing a thoughtful reflection and also a slight translation of that document. It's a document that I'll share with you by Monday. By Monday, maybe, or Tuesday, because we're not having classes Monday, So when there is a class, a day off like Monday, there is no, no activity. So maybe I will not even open Teams, but it is very, very surely that you'll have it by Tuesday, right? Okay, no more questions, guys. Fine. So thank you for coming. So I see Erika, I see Jael, Ilse, Griselda, Diana, Jessica, Elizabeth, Daniela Garcia, Jose Santiago, and Betsy. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 people that have come to today's session. Okay. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, there's some 8, 9. That's okay. Everyone's here. So I'll see you then, and best of luck with this activity. Take care.
Yes.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you.
Thank you,
See you,
Professor.
Professor.
See you.
Bye.
See you. Have a nice